Okay, we're going to go with Chapter 4, Parasitic Protozoan, Form, Function, and Classification. Form and Function, Part 1. We need to keep in mind when we are discussing these protozoa that we are talking eukaryotic organisms. Okay, these are eukaryotic organisms that are single cell. Okay, single cell, and there is the potential for all of the organelles that you have learned over the years. The nucleus, the Golgi, the mitochondria, the ER, smooth, rough, vesicles, vacuoles, chloroplasts. All of these may or may not be present. There may be some that are present that are protozoan only. We need to keep in mind that the rules that you've learned up till now when it comes to eukaryotic cells don't always apply. One of the rules you probably learned in some course was that all eukaryotic cells have one nucleus. Well, it turns out that there are going to be protists, that have multiple nuclei per cell. Each nuclei is going to have a complete copy of the genome, but each nuclei is only going to be in control of certain aspects of the cell's metabolism. What organelles that are present that we know of a homologue in our cells, well, they will function pretty much the same as what you've learned. I mean, when it comes right down to it, how do we learn the function of mitochondria? How do we learn the function of the Golgi and whatnot? There's only so much we can learn studying a multicellular organism, because the moment you take a multicellular organism, you split it into its individual parts. Well, those cells start to dysfunction. But if you take a single cell unicellular organism and you study how its organelles function, you haven't done anything to the cell itself. You haven't disrupted its normal, quote-unquote, life. It's how it functions is still the same. So we can study its organelles, see how its organelles, and then work and then draw comparisons, parallel comparisons to what's happening in our cells. And when you look here, look at this artist drawings of the different shapes. You'll see there is no unifying shape to any of these different classes of protists. They look different, they're found in different environments, they have different wants, needs, different attributes, and it's all dependent upon their shape. Shape dictates function in all things biology. And just so we don't go into this thinking that those artists were being a bit whimsical, because they do like mystical characters. Well, here you look, you see these scanning electron micrographs showing this is what the single cell organisms look like. It may be a single cell like you see there in the far left, or it could be a clump of cells, as is right here in the right. But any way you look at it, it is single cell, all cells for themselves, whether they're individual or clumped together.